Walk will take it across the timeline, guarded by Hurd. Drives to his left side, beats his defender, backs up, fading away. Good! That may be a dagger. 59-54 with 1:08 left. Braden Walk coming alive in the overtime period.
Buffalo's basketball is on the air. Mountain View High School is ready to lead the charge in the 2019-2020 season.
Down low in the blocks, draws contact, and it falls. Lindy Herford back to the line to tie it.
Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley basketball, mylocalradio.com. Mountain View basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Trona Valley Community Federal Credit Union, The Store, and Blacks Fork Dental. Now, Buffs fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
20 days off, and it feels so good to be back as the 2020 portion of the season starts here today in Rawlins with Mountain View at 4-3 taking on 4-2 Buffalo. It's East versus West this weekend as the Winter Classic kicks off, and we're here to bring it to you. Jake Hibbert saying hello on a Friday afternoon. Mountain View and Buffalo next only on My Local Radio.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Welcome back to Rawlins High School. Jake Hibbert joining you on a Friday afternoon on KNYN 99.1 FM or mylocalradio.com with the video stream. Welcoming you into the Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show. There for water damage, mold, fire damage, and more. Sawyer's there for you. Call 307-741-7000 or visit wyodisastercleanup.com. Well, today we have 4-3 Mountain View against 4-2 Buffalo. The big headline on the Buffalo side is Caden Davis, who came into the season with over 800 career varsity points. At the end of the second game of the season, she had a knee injury. It has been declared to be a torn ACL, and nothing official yet from what I've heard. It sounds like, though, she will have surgery and end the season next week. She was part of a Buffalo team that took third at state last year over Powell and was the 3A runner-up versus Douglas in 2018. But without her, it's going to be a little bit of a different look team. Buffalo won their first two games over Pinedale and Powell convincingly, but since Davis went down in that second game, it's been 2-2. Jordan McNamee and Sydney Dobbin have taken over the primary scoring duties without Davis, and Buffalo's ranked in the top 5 right now, but with losses to Lander and Warland and a close escape over Sheridan, Buffalo's looking to find their groove without their leader. As for Mountain View, they actually get a player back today in Casey Bugus. She was in a cast with a partially torn tendon in her right wrist just before the basketball season. That was found out. The quickest recovery path was to put her in a cast and wait 4 weeks. That was just before the Bridger Valley invite 4 weeks ago. So Bugus makes a return this weekend. However, she's now battling a cold. So if it's not one thing, it's another. And in the meantime, she's been practicing dribbling, shooting, and everything else left-handed. She's become pretty adept at that as well, so that could come in handy the rest of this season. With Casey Bugus out, though, it allowed her twin sister, Emily, to emerge into a defensive and hustler role that's been very important to the Buffalo's games early on this season. Haley Stevens has emerged as an on-court leader and a scoring point guard for Mountain View. However, after a 4-2 start to the Bridger Valley invite, it was a struggle at Flaming Gorge. Against 4A opponents, the Buffs lost to Riverton, beat Jackson, and then lost to Green River. Against 3A this weekend, it could go either way. And that's your first look, brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help with 24-hour towing, a fitness center, as well as a home and auto glass repair. Call 307-787-3450. See Bradshaw's in Lyman. Again, that's your first look, brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. The Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show continues next as we'll hear from head coach of the Buffalo Bison, Michelle Dahlberg, and finish off with Mountain View head coach Jess Moretti. This is the First Bank presentation of Mountain View Buffs basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's in Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Now we'll move on to the Coaches Show portion of the Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show as we get set for Mountain View versus Buffalo.
Michelle Dahlberg joins me, head coach of the Buffalo Lady Bison. You're sitting at 4-2 on the season. How do you assess those first 6 games?
You know, it's been a good start so far. We're trying to find some rhythm with one of our main point guards being out for the season. We're just still trying to find a little bit of rhythm, find some new roles, and figure out how we can put all the pieces together.
Yeah, Caden Davis goes down late in the second game, I believe, of the season, and then the last 4 you've gone 2-2. Obviously, she's leading ball handler, leading scorer, leader for so many ways on the court. But what and how have roles changed with that injury?
We're just kind of trying to figure out, first off, her leadership, her work ethic, all that stuff that Caden brings to the game. We're working through those parts. X's and O's wise, trying to find a little bit more ball handling, a little bit more scoring, a lot more rebounding. So, we're just trying to put it all together, and it's starting to come together. And a group of girls have played together for 4 years, and they've been great kids to work during season and off season. We're just trying to find a little bit different rhythm, and it's starting to come together really well.
Who has taken over ball handling for the most part?
Well, our seniors are doing really well. So I've got Kenley and Jordan that are helping with handling the ball, and Sid Dobbin, as a 6-foot left-handed post, she's doing a great job picking up a lot of the rebounding and helping with the scoring. I got a couple juniors that are just coming in and doing a great job too. So a little bit of spreading it out across everything is what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you have to move forward, as unfortunately for Caden, she's done for her high school years. How does that change outside of, the ball handling, even day-to-day practice? How has that changed?
We just love Caden and how hard she works and just everything she brings to the game. Extremely talented, but just that good, positive leader. Her work ethic, so, it's just a different tone. And so we're just trying to find ways to pick things up, because we've got a great team. We've got many talented girls who put in a lot of time. And as we just try to figure out those different roles, we'll just keep being competitive and keep getting stronger and stronger.
You get a good chance to see a lot of 3A teams this week. What do you hope to get or learn out of your team?
I like how we start our season. We start with the East-West. So we got to play Powell and Lovell and Lander. And I like this tournament because we get to come over here and play Lyman and Mountain View and Big Piney. And it's just fun to have a little bit of a different mix, as we get to see this side, because it's the only time we get to see this side of the mountain.
Yeah, until the state tournament, that's really just it. You got games ahead of you. What do you think in each one of them that maybe some challenges that'll be provided for you?
I think it'll be fun to play Mountain View. We've just the last couple years gotten to play them, a couple times each season, and it's been fun. We play them at this tournament, and then we've gotten to match up at state. So I anticipate our, next game is going to be a great game. They're a super good defensive team, very patient on offense. So it's going to be a good challenge for us to handle the press. With Lyman and Big Piney, just us, really playing within our rhythm, matching up to take away their strengths and try to capitalize on ours.
Coach Dahlberg, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
We'll take a quick break and come back with Jess Moretti, head coach of the Mountain View Buffaloes, as we continue the Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show next. Mountain View and Buffalo about 8 minutes away from now on a First Bank presentation on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY on 99.1 FM.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company has helped thousands of people put their homes, businesses, and lives back together after a fire, flood, storm, or other disastrous event. We work with all insurance companies, and we work for you by being professional, fair, and honest. Our certified technicians are trained in every aspect of restoration, so we can complete each project in a fast and satisfactory way. Call us today, 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Jess Moretti joins me, head coach for the Mountain View Lady Buffs. A couple of weeks down, how do you feel as you go back and evaluate the 2019 portion of the season?
It was a good start for us, I feel like, but obviously lots of work to be done. Our first weekend out, starting with 1A and 2A schools, that's a nice way to start into the season. But it gets tougher than that. And so when we played those 4A schools, Green River, we took a loss to them in Riverton. They're both excellent basketball teams at that 4A level. And so, it's good for us because it really shows us what we need to be ready for when we hit this 3A tournament this weekend.
Yeah, it was going back to that Flaming Gorge tournament. I hate to bring up a 30-point loss, but that Green River game, I'm not sure that you'll see a team that's a better prep for the type of speed and trapping defense that they have.
Oh, yeah. And yes, and we were at 30. We did get it to 22. Does that make me feel a little bit better? I don't know. Yeah. But no, they're an excellent basketball team. That's a team that I feel like some of those girls have been there forever. Really, I think a few of them have been there for 4 years. And so they're a very experienced team. They've played together for a very long time. I'm not sure. I see them in the state championship in 4A. They're an excellent basketball team. They're tough. And yeah, it was good for us to see what we needed to fix.
Yeah, no, I've seen that Green River team play as much as I've seen anyone else play. And Madeline Heiser, Ashlyn Birch have been there 4 years, and they're sophomores who are now going to their second year. I think they're the best team in the 4A West from what I've seen on the girls' side. But as we mentioned, we got some good first week games out of the way, but you won't be seeing 1A, 2A opponents. But going back to that Cokeville game, that was a good test and a very good team that could compete at multiple classifications. Now you do make that jump to playing 3A teams pretty much from here on out. This week it's kind of an East-West matchup. What's to be learned from that?
I think as a coach, you always kind of look statistically where you at, in scoring and where you at in defense, and kind of who's doing what where, I guess. And so as we come across that and I look at that, as far as I'm concerned, you know what? We want to go in and we want to win all 3 games. But we can win all 3 games and we could lose all 3 games. And I feel like every single 3A team that's going into this tournament probably feels the same way. And I say that because when you look statistically, we're about in the same ballpark. And so I think it's going to be a great tournament for us. Hopefully make some good runs. They're playing basketball too. And so we're looking to come out of there with some wins.
You've had a long time off. What did you do over the break?
Yeah, 20 days from one game to the next. That's a long time. We had Christmas week. We had a couple days that we just came in and shot around. And then last week we were in the gym. We had practice. It gets long. It gets monotonous. But we do, some extra scrimmage time for sure. And then this week we're back to routine and doing what we do and making those big adjustments that we need to make.
How do you feel about where your team is at as far as cohesiveness as a unit? There's only a few girls who came back playing significant varsity minutes last year. So where are you at with that?
I think it's gotten better. And I say that just because, you have a freshman to senior, between the 10 of them that are filling those minutes. And so it's learning a lot about each other and strengths and weaknesses amongst each other. And so I think that that's a big part of, but over break, I feel like we've had a little bit more downtime, that they've been able to get to know each other a little bit better. And we've had some practices that haven't been so stressed on an opponent per se. So it's been able to, not completely lax, because I don't run my gym like that, but it's been good for them. So overall, they're doing good. And Casey got her cast off yesterday, and so we're working her back into the lineup, and we'll see how she does this weekend. I think she's a little bit sore, but we'll see how she does.
Well, I guess if she was going to be in a cast for those 3 weeks, it was good to have it when you had 20 days off in the season. She will be playing this weekend?
Yep. And I'm not sure how much. It'll just depend on how she's feeling and how that wrist is feeling. But yeah, we're planning on getting her in and getting her some minutes and, seeing how she does. If she's feeling good, then we'll use her as much as we can.
Head coach for the Mountain View Lady Buffs, Jess Moretti, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back here at the Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show, we are about 2.5 minutes away from the start of this contest. Mountain View versus Buffalo. Buffalo sitting at 4-2 on the season. Mountain View at 4-3. As we mentioned, Mountain View got off to that 4-0 start at the Bridger Valley Invite, and then at the Flaming Gorge Invitational, a little bit of tough sledding as they ran into 3-4A teams right in a row. They lost to Riverton 51-40, beat Jackson after being in a tight one at the half, came away with a 57-44 victory, and then lost 65-43 to Green River. Haley Stevens leads the way scoring for Mountain View at 17 points per game, and Bailey Henstra, the leading rebounder, at about 6 per game. As for Buffalo, they won 2 games right off the bat. That was with Caden Davis, their leader. 867 career points for Caden Davis, as she had a 13 points in the win over Powell. That would be her last game at the high school level, unfortunately. She went 20 points in the first game, 13 in the second. After going down to that torn ACL, Buffalo's gone 2-2. They lost 30-19 to Lander, beat Lovell 60-43, lost to Warland in a close one, 57-54. Warland just defeated Big Piney earlier today in just the game that started a little bit late behind schedule here, and then barely got past Sheridan, 44-42. They're led in scoring, of course, by Caden Davis through the 2 games. But past that, with Davis out for the season, the leading scorer is Jordan McNamee at 14.8 per game. Kenley Bauer, the leading rebounder, at 4.7 per contest. Field goal percentage, Mountain View has the advantage in that, 41% to 36. But from beyond the arc, Buffalo leading at about 29% to Mountain View's 25%. Rebound differential, advantage Buffalo. But both teams with a positive plus-minus in the rebounding versus opponents in today's game. So we should have a good one, just about set for the starters. We'll give them to you right now. First for the Mountain View Buffaloes, a senior at point guard, 5'7", wears number 1, Haley Stevens. Again, leads the way for Mountain View at 17.1 points per contest. Emily Bugas gets the start again today. She started every contest so far for Mountain View and will do so at the 2 spot as well. Today, she's a 5'4" sophomore. Kylie Dellinger, a 5'7" wing, wears number 10 and is a junior. Sadie Mitchell, a senior, wears number 5 and is 5'8". Bailey Henstra, a junior, wears number 14 and 6 foot. Other starters for the other team, I should say, Buffalo, Kenley Bauer, a senior, 5'3", wears number 10. Jordan McNamee wears number 23, a senior at 5'6". Kendall Teagan, a sophomore, 5'6", wears number 2. 5'4", Kendra Schultz is a junior, wears number 14, and Sydney Dobbin, senior, wears number 24 at 6 foot. So in the post, 6 foot Henstra versus 6 foot Sydney Dobbin. Expect also to see Sadie Mitchell play a lot of post minutes, and we could see Maddie Lufer or Kendall Herford in as well. But expect mostly Sadie Mitchell and Bailey Henstra to kind of bounce back between, maybe even a little bit of post play from Kylie Dellinger as well. Mountain View in their black jerseys, a purple-white checker pattern. Down the sides, white numerals with a purple outline and purple Mountain View across the top of the jersey. Buffalo, the home team, white jerseys with the black Buffalo on the sides. This a matchup of the 2019 state football championship game at the 2A level. And this is girls basketball, but Buffalo versus Mountain View. Buffaloes. Battle of the Buffaloes and battle for the state flag nonetheless here at the Rawlins Invite. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Tipoff.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
8 minutes put on the clock, first quarter. Mountain View moving from right to left in this first period, and Buffalo going the opposite way from left to right at the center court. Set to tip is Bailey Henstra and Sydney Dobbin, the 2 6-foot post players. Ball is up. Henstra wins it and goes to Emily Bugis. Stevens drops it down low into the post. It's picked off, intended for Henstra. Going the other way, Buffalo with the basketball. Bauer on the run, dishes to the right corner. Schultz over to the left side, knocked out of bounds. Pass was intended for Kendall Tejan, but it was knocked out last touch by Mountain View. Buffalo basketball. On the inbound, it's McNamee. Drops it into the left, blocks, and a put-up shot by Dobbin, no good. Rebound, Mountain View. Haley Stevens with the basketball, taking it across. 20 seconds into the opening quarter. Jump stop just inside the free throw line. Stop and pop, drop it in for Haley Stevens, and it's 2-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Pressure on at the half court. Buffalo breaks it. Up the middle, Bauer through the paint, into the lane, and a foul called. Blocking foul against Mitchell, it appears. First foul on the senior. And in the process of shooting, puts Kenley Bauer at the free throw line. Bauer averaging 5.2 per game. 56% free throw shooter, hits her first. 2-1 the score. Takes a couple of dribbles. Bends the knees, now into the shooting position. On the second free throw, misses off to the right. Ball still on the ground. Stevens had it. Picked back up by Dobbin. Stays in possession of Buffalo. Bauer with it at the top of the key. After Caden Davis goes out, it's on Kenley Bauer and Jordan McNamee to do most of the ball handling duties. Out to the right side, Tejan spins around to the top of the key, dish out to the left, and a roll down. Tejan with the basketball once again. Gives it back to Schultz at the top of the key. From wing to wing, pass goes over to the right corner. Kenley Bauer has the basketball. Looks off Tejan, then throws into the paint. Out to the left corner, shot up, short corner, miss. Stevens battles and wins the board over Dobbin. Basketball in the way of Mountain View, leading 2-1 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First quarter action here at the Rawlins Winter Classic. Two-day tournament of girls East versus West competitions. Handoff from Bugis to Dellinger. She drives into the lane, puts up a jumper, and it's good. 4-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Good give and go for Emily Bugis. Had it at the free throw line. Dellinger came around on a curl. She handed it off to her. On the Buffalo side, the ball goes rolling out of bounds, and it went off somebody's foot. It looks like it was last touched by Buffalo. Basketball in the possession of Mountain View. 40 seconds in, or 1 minute and 40 seconds into the first period. Mountain View up 4-1. Stevens with a slow, methodical cross. Court puts two fingers up in the air to signal out the play. Off to the right wing. Dellinger drives against the screen of Henstra, then gives back to Stevens. She pulls up at the elbow, then dishes back to Bugis. Drives in aggressively, finds Henstra. Point-blank range, off the glass, and good. Assist by Emily Bugis to Bailey Henstra for her first field goal of the day. 6-1 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is the first of two games we'll bring you today. And it's 6-1. Shot goes down for Buffalo. Steal away, Buffalo with the basketball back. And a transition shot, no good. Jordan McNamee. And Dellinger on the other side. Had a little bit of audio issues, so apologies for that. I just had to get everything working back again. Buffalo basketball at the top of the key. Drives into the lane. Throws it to Tejan. She puts up a shot, no good. In transition, Mountain View with it. Sadie Mitchell back to Dellinger. Haley Stevens has it on the right wing. 5:14 left in the first period. 6-3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mitchell back to Bugis. To the left corner. Stevens with a three ball. Misses high. Off the back and rebounded Buffalo's way. Toss to the left corner. Out of bounds. Overthrown. Kenley Bauer tossed it over the head of her intended pass mate. Kendra Schultz with it. Mountain View basketball. Point guard Stevens with it. She tries to take it herself. Has the ball knocked out from behind. McNamee with the steal. Takes it across herself. Out to Bauer. Open at the wing. Tries a three. Misses short. Rebound Bailey Henstra. And a loose ball foul called on Buffalo. Called against Sydney Dobbin, her first. Bauer with all 3 points for Mountain View, or for Buffalo rather, against Mountain View. 6-3 score. 4:25 left in the first period. Sadie Mitchell has it at the free throw line, gives off to Dellinger. Skip to the right wing, then look into the post. Henstra loses control of it. Rolls out of bounds, last touch by Bauer. Baseline inbound for Mountain View with it. Trying to get their 5th win of the season. Stevens drives in on the inbound pass. No good. Mitchell on the putback. Misses a little bit hard and long. And an over the back on the rebound called against Kylie Dellinger, her first foul. Foul count for both teams sitting at 1-1. That's the second foul for Mountain View. Dellinger in the backcourt. Guarding McNamee as she takes the inbound, passes it to the far sideline to Bauer, then across the timeline. Press broken and the fast break for Buffalo. Shot up, no good. Rebound on the second attempt, no good as well. Schultz was rejected by Stevens. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Stevens, though. Stays with Buffalo. McNamee basketball. Out to the left corner. Catch and shoot just inside the three-point line. No good by Schultz. Dellinger pushing the tempo up ahead to Mitchell. She jump stops on the right block. No good. Henstra skies up, grabs the rebound over Dobbin, and 2 more points for Bailey Henstra. Both her and Stevens with 4 in the game. 8-3 in the Benedict's Market and True Value board on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Welcome you back to the Winter Classic here in Rawlins, Wyoming. Game 1 of 2 on the mylocalradio.com network from Rawlins today. We've also got games coming up tonight from Cheyenne, Wyoming. There was some great basketball happening there last night across all classifications, mostly that 4A, 3A matchups. Didn't try to catch some scores maybe at the half of some updates from that tournament, but Cheyenne Central coming away victorious on the boys' side over Natrona. In a thrilling game, there was some technical fouls, close to some pushes and shoves being, and maybe a bench half cleared. Henstra takes the inbound from Dellinger, overshoots it. Dellinger on the board, flips it up behind her back, no good as well. Bugas fighting for the rebound, comes away with it. Emily looking back, has Stevens, but she puts the ball on the ground, now finds Haley Stevens with it. 8-3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View leads Buffalo. Curl around. Bugas high dribble, leaves it wide open for Bauer to take it away. She's on the run, 2-on-1 advantage, layup tossed in by Kendra Schultz. Out of the break, Buffalo scores, makes it 8-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Sadie Mitchell rejected on the run. McNamee with the put down. And it's again Schultz on the run. She tosses to the left side, looks for Bauer. Kenley can't handle it. It's out of bounds and back to Mountain View. Turnover for Buffalo. 8-5 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 2:54 left in the first period. Two Buffalo defenders in Bauer and Schultz will walk alongside Stevens and Dellinger as they cross the timeline. Stevens fakes a shot in the lane, dishes over the head of her defender down to Henstra. She puts it up, is fouled. 2 free throws upcoming for Bailey Henstra. Henstra 30% at the free throw line this season, 8 of 27. We have 2:43 remaining in the first period. Just a 3-point lead for Mountain View, and Henstra misses the first. Bailey leading the way with Mountain View for 4 points. And for the first time this season, we see Casey Bugas check in for Mountain View. She had the cast on her right wrist with the partially torn ligament. She played all volleyball season with. Henstra makes her second, or at least part of the volleyball season with. It happened perhaps sometime during that season. Played through it, felt some pain, and she was trying to shoot. A steal away. Haley Stevens up ahead to Dellinger. She's hacked from behind. Team foul number 3 against Buffalo. Leads to an inbound. So Bugas comes back. She, in the meantime, was practicing everything left-handed, so She's become a pretty good left-handed jump shooter. Looked good in the layup line from the left side as well pregame. Bugas takes the pass and shot up from the wing for three. Good. Welcome back, sophomore Casey Bugas with the triple out of the break. 12-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Trap at the half court, thrown away into the hands of Stevens on the sideline right near the Mountain View bench. Mountain View moving from right to left. 2:15 left in the first period. Stevens to the right side. There's still a little bit of a wrap on the right wrist of Bugas, who just hit a three on her first attempt. Crossover to the left. Stop. Throw down low to Henstra. And Bailey with 6 points. Make it 7 in the first quarter. Katie Georges coming down to check in at the next dead ball with 1:54 left in the first period. Another steal. Sadie Mitchell takes it away. It was a pass thrown down into the lane, and Mitchell was waiting right at the free throw line to take it away. Haley Stevens with the basketball, working to her right. Back cut from Bugas. Short corner shot, misses long. Rebound, Kenley Bauer. It's Buffalo basketball with 1:33 left in the first period. Bauer a little quick across the timeline, then slowing up at the circle. Once she takes it across, McNamee has it. Then to the top, it's Fowler. Riley Fowler, the first sub that we've seen today. Out to the right side, it's Tejan. Back to McNamee. She's guarded by Stevens, takes one dribble to her right, passes to her right, and then up back to the top. Bauer to the left side, on the wing. Fowler throws back to the right corner. 1:04 left in the first period. And a methodical offense being employed by this Buffalo Lady Bison team. Sitting at 4-2 on the season, 2-2 since losing Caden Davis. Drive into the lane, McNamee takes 2 steps, puts it up, was topped on the ball, but got some hand on it. Did Haley Stevens. So it's 2 shots. 14-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Bench points so far coming by way of Casey Bugas. For both teams, that's the totality with her 1 triple. McNamee hits her first free throw. Katie Georges, the sophomore and regional cross-country champion of 2019, checks in for Mountain View. McNamee pretty automatic so far this season from the free throw line, misses her second. Shooting at above 80%, she goes 1 for 2. 14-6 with 50 seconds left in the first period. Casey Bugas, quick on the basketball. Dribbles to her right, gives it off to Georgia. She's at the top of the key. Behind the back, throw out to the right side. Triple put up by Bugas. Nothing but net. Bugas 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 17-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. At the midcourt, throw left side, bounce to the right. It's into the paint and knocked out of bounds. Buffalo basketball goes away again. Riley Fowler couldn't handle the quick entry pass. So a weak bounce pass through a double team. She never really had a chance at it. 23 seconds left in the first period. Bugas with the basketball. Kendall Herford into the game along with Georges Mitchell and Dellinger. So Bugas doing a lot of the ball handling duties with Haley Stevens out. Georges fakes a 3, drives in, 2 steps, off the glass, no good. Battle for the board, and last touch by White, the ref said. No, they said White basketball. It was last touch by Kendall Herford. There's a battle between her and Riley Fowler. 11-point lead for Mountain View, 6.5 seconds left. Buffalo basketball in the first period. Throw to the timeline, just across, over right side. Fowler fakes against Herford, puts up a shot, but it's after the buzzer sounds. And 1 quarter down, 17 points for Mountain View. 6 for Buffalo on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY on 99.1 FM.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
17-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board, 1 quarter down. We welcome you into the Reese Auto Service second period. Reese Auto Service has the trusted mechanics who can work on any engine, small or large. Located in Lyman, give them a call at 307-747-6450. 4 weeks out to begin the season, Casey Bugis makes a return and a triumphant one at that. She did not start the game, and Coach Moretti said we'll see how she's doing. So far, pretty good from beyond the arc. Bugis perfect, 2 for 2. 6 points off the bench, helping in large part that 11-point lead for Mountain View. Start the second period with basketball in possession of Buffalo. Tejan takes it across the timeline, dishes left side. Up to the top, it's Riley Fowler. Swing around to the right, looking into the post, and still with the basketball, Schultz then looks into the blocks. Bounce pass outside. Schultz a couple steps inside the three-point line. Drains one from the wing. 2-point bucket for Schultz, first of the second period for either side. 17-8 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Just across the way, we can see the Lyman Eagles entering the gym. They have the late game tonight. We'll have that for you as well. 7:30 p.m. scheduled tip-off, maybe closer to 8, with the first games getting underway a little bit late. In the fast break, McNamee can't hit a free throw, or can't hit a layup. Rebound by Bauer, no good. Another rebound, an offensive bucket from Schultz. Doesn't get a shot up. Bauer knocks it off the feet, it looked like, of Jada Kennison, who came into the game. Sadie Mitchell in. And Kendall Herford out. Jada Kennison starting a second period. A freshman point guard wing, 5'2". And a good spark plug defensively and offensively for the Mountain View Buffs. 9-point advantage for Mountain View, but Buffalo with the basketball. Fowler looks out left side. Schultz from the other wing banks it in. I'll take that back. That was Tejan with the basketball. 17-10 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Both Emily Bugis and Kylie Dellinger move to the check-in line. Ball knocked out of bounds will allow them to come in immediately, replacing Henstra and Bugis. So Casey Bugis out, Emily Bugis in on the court with Kylie Dellinger, Sadie Mitchell, Haley Stevens, and Bailey Henstra, the starting 5 in for Mountain View. Buffalo basketball, McNamee inbounds to Bauer, joined out there by Tejan. And Riley Fowler still on the court, as well as Easton Phillips in for the first time today. Mostly 8 players is what we expect to see for Buffalo in the contest. Crossover from Bauer. Buffalo basketball back to the midline circle, then to the right wing. Posting up top, high shot by Tejan. Fell into the hoop and then rattled its way out. Sadie Mitchell with the rebound for Mountain View. 7-point lead for the Buffs. Reese Auto Service second period. 1.5 minutes in, Haley Stevens calls out the play. Signals a fist with her left hand. Kylie Dellinger to the right side. Throw up, backdoor cut. Dellinger catches it on the blocks, looks for Mitchell. No bueno, though. Stolen away by Kenley Bauer. Fowler on the run against Mitchell. She stays in front of her, so Bauer has to stop, and they'll reset. Buffalo has Bauer out to the right side. It's Fowler on the wing. Play and a swing around left side. Bauer tries a 3. Free throw line extended. Swish in. Kenley Bauer, 5 points, make it 6 points today. Tight game once again, 17-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Sadie Mitchell gives it to Stevens, and Casey Bugis makes a quick appearance back to the scorer's table to check in. She hit 2 3-pointers in the first period. That led to the 11-point lead for Mountain View as she came in when the lead was dwindling for the Buffs and put it right back up and into double-digit territory. 5:26 left in the second period, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Emily Bugis is tied up, looking for a passing mate with a 5-second clock ticking. Gets it away to Mitchell, and then back to Bugis on the right wing. Resetting at the top, Stevens gives to Henstra. She'll look around, fake a pass into the post, then back to Stevens. 3 minutes gone by in the second period. Fake pass from Stevens. No 5-second clock because she's behind the 10-foot volleyball line. Her defender, Bauer, lets her bounce pass it over to Kylie Dellinger. Dellinger back to Stevens, and then she'll take a couple dribbles, give it off to Emily. To the free throw line. Curl pass out to Dellinger on the right wing. A walk from Haley Stevens on the right corner. Turns it over. Back to Buffalo. Emily Bugis Casey Bugis replaces Sadie Mitchell. Pressure from Kylie Dellinger on the Buffalo backcourt. To the free throw line, swing across, and in safe territory. Throw into the post, Fowler can't handle it. Bugus down to the ground. Emily ties up the basketball along with Kenley Bauer. Jump ball called, possession arrow, Mountain View. Kendra Schultz into the game, replaces Kendall Tejan. 4:36 remain in the second period. Dellinger inbounds to Haley Stevens. The Rawlins Outlaws coming in and watching the game as well. The Lady Outlaws will play Lyman later on today. A 7 o'clock, 7:30 scheduled tip-off, probably closer to 8. Back-to-back turnovers from Haley Stevens on force, first to travel, trying to drive in, and a double dribble called at the top of the key this time. Still 17-13, about halfway through the Resottle service, second period. Dellinger trapping behind the timeline. Her and Bugus. Bounce pass across. And thrown away. It was Schultz looking for Bauer from right wing to the left, and Kylie Dellinger came away with it. Head fake, short corner shot from Bugus. Misses just a little bit short itself. Rebound from Bauer. Bauer to the key. Left side, Schultz. Guarded tightly by Dellinger, so she'll give it to McNamee at the top of the key. Swing around to the right. Under 4 minutes to play. It's Easton Phillips with it. And to the left side, Lexi Rulin for the first time today. Back to the right corner. Schultz into the blocks, finds an open man, but it's no good. An open shot by Easton Phillips misses, and rebound by Henstra. Still a 4-point game. 17-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 3:33 left in the Resottle service second period, and a stalemate here in Rawlins. Casey Bugus to Kylie Dellinger. 3:25 on the clock. Dellinger to the left wing. Emily Bugus with it. One dribble, then back up top to Haley Stevens. Haley to the left. Skip to the right corner. Emily drives in. She's fouled. Was it in the process of shooting? Looks like it's on the ground. Called as such. Fault against McNamee. Jordan McNamee with her second. Make that, first foul for Jordan McNamee. Baseline inbound, Kylie Dellinger to the left of the basket from her vantage point. Gives it to Stevens on the right block, puts it down. Finally ends the scoring stalemate, 19-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Just 4 points for Haley Stevens in the contest so far, averaging over 17 a game. 6-point advantage, Mountain View over Buffalo. The Bison of Buffalo with the basketball, wearing the white jerseys, gold numerals, and black nameplate and Buffalo insignia on the back of the jersey. McNamee on the wing. Drives to the right against Bugus. She'll turn around, almost grab the ball. McNamee on the right corner three. Off to the left a little bit. Rebound Buffalo though. Dellinger fouls. Kenley Bauer in the process of shooting. Back to the free throw line goes Kenley Bauer. She's 1 of 2 in the game from the free throw line on this season at 56%. Sitting at 15 of 26. 2:34 remain in the second quarter, brought to you by Resotto Service. First shot no good by Bauer. She's leading the way for the Buffalo Bison today. At about 5.2 per game. She's already above that average at 6. Awaiting the second shot. Rule throws it up. And Bauer throws it up with the right hand, and it's good. 19-14. 2 of 4 from the free throw line today is Bauer. 2:33 left in the Resottle service second quarter. Emily Bugus has it on the left wing and a double dribble. The second such call for Mountain View in the quarter. 2:27 left. 5-point lead. Buffalo with an opportunity here. They need to find some offense. It's been slow going, though, so far. Casey Bugus steals away the pass in the backcourt. Layup good. Quick moves by Casey Bugus. She is the leading scorer for Mountain View today off the bench with 8. To the free throw line. Bugus comes away with another steal as Schultz couldn't hold on to it across the timeline. She's trapped. Gives it off to Stevens into the lane. Out right side. Mitchell on the bounce off the glass. It's good. Mitchell from Stevens on the assist. 23-14. Mountain View back up by 9. So a chance for Buffalo goes for naught after back-to-back turnovers. Lexi Rule with the basketball, drives in, left side. Throws it up, push foul on the ground. Team foul number 5 against Mountain View. It's on number 2, Jada Kennison. It's number first on Jada Kennison. She is number 2. Buffalo basketball. Baseline inbound. Leads to a swing around right side. Lexi Rule, right corner. 3, good. 23-17 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First points for Lexi Rule in the game coming off the bench. That's her first 3 ball of the year. 1 for 5 now, sitting at 20%. 1.5 to go, down to just under 120 in fact. Casey Bugas has the basketball against Rule, gives it to Kennison. She throws it up wildly from the free throw line. It falls as she's fouled from the side. Bucket good, and Kennison to the line. Coach's daughter, Jada Kennison, with the bucket. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line in 7 games. Just over 4 points per contest is her season average. Kennison looking for one more. Gets it. Make her 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Henstra and Dellinger rush to the check-in table. Replace Kennison and Sadie Mitchell. Lead State goes back up to 9, 26-17 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Full court pressure from Mountain View, broken by Buffalo. McNamee out to the right side. Skip to the left wing. Out of bounds and past the hands of Tejan. Kendall Tejan just never got a good handle on it. 63 seconds left. 26-17 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View basketball up by 9. 5-4 the foul count in the first half. Doesn't look like we'll have any bonus shots. Dellinger takes a handoff from Henstra, drives into the lane and puts it up with authority. 28-17 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 4 points from Dellinger. A steal by Emily Bugas. On the run, gives it to Dellinger. She's trapped. Stevens hesitates, puts up a floater, airballs it. Rebound Buffalo. Bauer has the ball go off the foot of Emily Bugas and a foul called. Team foul number 5 for Mountain View. Must have been against Stevens or Bugas. It's against number 4. That's Emily Bugas and her first. Sadie Mitchell replaces Kylie Dellinger. 31.7 seconds left in the second quarter, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. 747-6450, the number for Reese Auto. McNamee to Phillips to the middle of the court. Bauer just gets it away from the hands of Bugas, who was trying to come away with the steal. Well, scoop shot, no good. Rebound ripped away by Sadie Mitchell. Mountain View basketball, 12 seconds left. Across the timeline from right to left. Casey Bugas, 8 points in the first half off the bench to lead the way. Gives it to Stevens. 5 seconds left, a wing 3, no good, too long. Rebound taken down by Bugas. She turns around, shoots it, airballs it to end the quarter, but Mountain View nonetheless, 11 points in the second, leads by 11 themselves. 28-17 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN 99.1 FM.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Back here at the half, 17-28 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Hand over and have Kate Bollender give us the stat report for the first half. Kate, what do we have?
All right. So you got me on, Jake?
Yep, you're on.
All right. Okay. So for Mountain View,
yep,
within the three-point line, they're shooting 48%. From the three or outside the three, they're shooting 40%. For free throws, they're 67%. They have 11 rebounds. They have 7 turnovers and 1 block. For Buffalo, the Bison, they are shooting 31% inside the three. And so far, they've only made 1 3. They've only attempted 1 3. They're at
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed one then.
No, you got
it. No, I did get it. They're at 100%.
Yeah,
Never mind.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then free throws are 50%. Rebounds, they have 10. They have 14 turnovers and 0 blocks.
That's great. Thank you so much. Let me take a look at those if we can, and we'll run through some leading scorers as well. Okay, it's an 11-point lead for Mountain View. 28-17 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. In the quarter, or in the half rather, Haley Stevens with 5 points, 4 from Kylie Dellinger, and 7 from Bailey Henstra. That leads the way for the starters, but off the bench, Casey Bugas with 8 points on 2 3-pointers in the first and another bucket in the second quarter. Jada Kennison has 3 as well off the bench. For Buffalo, 3, 6, 7 points from Kenley Bauer, 1 from Jordan McNamee, 2 by Kendra Schultz, 4 from Kendra Schultz, 2 by Kendall Tejan, and 3 by Lexi Rule. That's your point totals for Buffalo and Mountain View. And again, 48 and 40% split from inside the arc and outside for Mountain View. If we can go back to the beginning of the game when we were taking a look at that. See, Mountain View came into the game shooting 24%, just about 25% from the three-point line. But that's all without Casey Bugas. So she comes in, offers them some great shooting, accurate shooting from beyond the arc, and maybe that number's about to head north significantly with Casey Bugas back in the lineup for the Mountain View Buffaloes. As for Buffalo, shooting great from beyond the arc, but that's just on 2 attempts. 31% from the field, from inside the two-point line. Let's see what their stats are on the game for that. That's not up on that stats. If you're looking on mylocalradio.com, I'll have to take a look at that manually. And they're shooting 39%, so about 8 ticks below their season average. Just 7 games into the season. Lyman warming up. The girls will be playing a little bit later on today. At 7:30 was the scheduled game time for that contest. However, Big Piney never got an updated schedule that moved their game from 3:30 back to 3. So they showed up about 3:05, and we're getting ready to warm up, and everyone was saying, hey, you're ready to play? And they said, well, I guess we have to. So that game started about 3:20, 3:25 on that. So we're a little bit behind schedule. Didn't catch the official tip-off time for this contest, but we're close. We were closer to 5 o'clock than we were to 4:30. Moving it as quickly along as they can, though. 28-17 at the half. Mountain View leads Buffalo. We'll be back with third quarter action next on a First Bank presentation of Buffs basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN 99.1 FM.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
The Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
We hope you're enjoying this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Bradshaw's Glass, Towing, and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help. The Come On In of Casper. When it comes time to cheer on your Buffs or Eagles at state, the Come On In is your best bet for a great night's stay. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. General Manager Dennis Lynch invites you to come and experience a community-driven dealership. Evanston Regional Hospital. Quality health care close to home. Bridger Valley Motor. Got a check engine light blinking? Don't guess at what the problem is. Take it to Slim at Bridger Valley Motor in Lyman. And Achieve Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. No excuses, just results. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results. When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
28-17 after 16 minutes of play and after the first quarter. Coach Moretti on the sideline for her team for the Mountain View Lady Buffs said we got 24 minutes left to go. And don't let up. And there was a time when Buffalo was close in that contest in the second period, and then by the end of the third, or by the end of the second, better start off with McNamee making a three right out of the break. There was a time in the second where Buffalo came back and then Mountain View put it back up to 11 points by halftime. Three out of the break, though, makes it 28-20. First by McNamee. Haley Stevens stop and pop from 12. Good. Stevens with 6 in the game. She's had 1 field goal in each the first, second, and third periods. Field goal breakdown was 12-6 in the first half for Mountain View and Buffalo. Short corner shot missed by Tejan. And a rebound tiptoed the sideline. A baseline was Kylie Dellinger holding on to it, giving it off to Haley Stevens. 50 seconds in, Haley Stevens, now Mountain View in the black jerseys, purple sides. Going from left to right in quarters 3 and 4. Dellinger skips from wing to wing. Looks out on the angle. Emily Bugast up to the top. It's Sadie Mitchell. At the key, she looks around for a passing mate. Bugast comes away with it. Same starting 5 for both teams in the third period. And a layup dropped. No, just can't fall for Emily Bugast. It was in, then rolled out. Buffalo basketball on the run. Schultz back. Looking on the wing to Tejan. Turnaround in the blocks. Dobbin misses. Rebound from Sadie Mitchell. 1.5 minutes gone by. 30-20 the score. Baseball pass from Dellinger, to Dellinger from Haley Stevens. An assist and a 12-point lead. Kylie Dellinger with 6 as well. Schultz to Bauer, then to Tejan. On the left wing, she dribbles, gives it off to the opposite. Schultz to McNamee at the key. From the key to the right wing, back to the key. McNamee to Schultz. Passing from left to right. Mountain View standing around. Out to the left corner. Tejan misses. Stevens skies up and grabs the board. 2 minutes by in the third period. 12-point lead. Crossover to the right at the wing. Now driving to the lane. Stevens still with the basketball. Bauer called for the reach in. First foul on Kenley Bauer, the senior, 5'3". First team foul of the half. Dellinger, the inbounder. The right of the basket, 5-second clock ticking. In desperation, she throws it up over the head of Mitchell. Chased down by Bugast. She'll work down to her left. Pass off to Mitchell. Skip to the right side. Corner 3 taken by Stevens, no good. Bounced into the hands of Bauer at the baseline. That's the rebound, Buffalo. Schultz with a 3-on-3, trying to push the tempo. Overthrows her intended receiver, McNamee. And a turnover back to Mountain View. 2.5 gone in the third period. And a 12-point lead for the Buffs. Jada Kennison, the freshman, will check in at the next dead ball, as will Casey Bugast. 5:15 left in the third. Out to the left corner. Stevens tries another 3. This time short. Mitchell grabs the board in traffic. Gives off to Henstra. Misses the bank shot. Mitchell on the putback attempt. Fouled and headed to the free throw line. .505 left in the third period. 2 shots coming up for Sadie Mitchell. First foul on Tejan. Mitchell at the line for her first, in. Mitchell right at, prior to that shot, 50% on the year. 12 of 24, up to 13 of 25. 3 points for Sadie Mitchell. Setting up for the second. Flicks it with the right wrist, hits the back of the rim and drops down to a 2-trip for Mitchell. 34-20 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Casey Bugast and Jada Kennison in at the top of the front court. Moves Stevens out to a wing defending position. Right corner 3, missed. That's the first miss from beyond the arc for Buffalo today. A reach-in foul, loose ball against McNamee, it appears. Either her or Bauer. Trying to grab the ball away. It is against McNamee of the rebounding Buff. 4:53 the time left in period number 3. 3 pressure in the backcourt for Buffalo. Drops back into a man press. Stevens across the timeline. Still with the dribble. One-handed pass to Mitchell. She'll throw it over to the right side. Kennison for 3. Good. A travel was being called by the Buffalo side, but the referees ruled as Stevens really had a tough time handling that pass from Mitchell. She never held on to it, so she was able to take a step while trying to collect it. 3 ball from the freshman. Extends the lead up to 17 for Mountain View. Jada Kennison with a good game, 6 points. Rebound Mountain View. Baseball pass up ahead to Casey Bugast. She pulls up on the right wing, then to Haley Stevens. 4:05 left in the period. 17-point advantage for Mountain View. Their first game out after losing by 22 points to Green River on the final day of the Flaming Gorge Invitational on December 21st. Out to the right wing, dribbling up to the key. Stevens over to the opposite side, hands off to Bugus. Emily gives it to Kennison. She turns, gives out left side. Baseline drive. Throw around a athletic move made by Stevens, but she misses long on the point-blank shot. Rebound from Dobbin and pushing the tempo. It's up ahead. Bauer turns around at the free throw line. Gives it to the left wing. Three ball from McNamee, no good. Kennison at 5'2", can't quite get a hold of the ball going over her head. It's out of bounds and stays with Buffalo. Easton Phillips will check into the game, but first it's a timeout. It's the first timeout of the game for either side. 3:29 left in the third period, and Mountain View leads it 37-20 on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board over Buffalo on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com and KNY and 99.1 FM.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
37-20 on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board. Mountain View leading Buffalo here at day one of the Rawlins Winter Classic. Girls basketball, 3A East versus West action. Buffalo basketball in the blocks, 2 plus potentially 1. Schultz converts and is fouled and headed to the line for Buffalo. First 2 points for a while. Jordan McNamee hit a 3 right out of the gates to start the third period. But at 3:23 left in the third, it's been about 4.5 minutes since a shot went in for the Bison. And one opportunity, drops it down, and Schultz has 7 in the game. 37-23, Kennison with the basketball and cupped it as she carried it around. 37-23. So a carry called against Mountain View's Kennison. 14-point lead for the Mountain View Buffs. Buffalo basketball, though. And that being Buffalo Bison basketball. We're in Wyoming. There's a lot of Buffaloes to go around. Bauer on the wing. 2 players set to come in for Mountain View at the next dead ball. Mitchell throws it off the legs of her defender. Went off Sydney Dobbin. Bailey Henstra and Haley Stevens in for Jada Kennison and Sadie Mitchell. Clock right at 3 minutes. 14-point lead for Mountain View. Buffalo basketball, though. Easton Phillips takes the inbound. She walked with it, dragging the pivot foot as she looked for Bauer and delivered the pass. Back to Mountain View. Again, we'll have another game tonight. 7:30 to 8 o'clock tip-off at least. Lyman versus Rawlins. Little drive into the lane by Dellinger, no good. Buffalo rebound, and McNamee went over and back, goes uncalled. Said she didn't have both feet over, so it's still legal. Bauer drives into the lane, turns around, shot in and out. Bugus on the run. That's Casey for Mountain View. Runs the fast break up ahead to Dellinger. Dish out left side, short corner shot. Emily Bugus drains it in from 8 feet on the side. 39-23 with the baseline delivery. Emily Bugus, her first 2 of the game. 2:15 and a 39-23 game on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board. McNamee at the key, hands off to Bauer. Taking her position and working to the left. Casey Bugus guarding her. McNamee back to Bauer. Into the paint. Turn, Dobbin, goes hard off the glass. Phillips tries a putback on the rebound. No good. A foul drawn, but just before the shot. Phillips was fouled from behind against Emily Bugis. Emily's second foul. 1:59 left in the third period, and a 16-point lead for Mountain View over Buffalo. Look out to the left corner. McNamee bobbles the ball. It was taken away by Bugis, and then she punched it off the hands of McNamee, so it's back to Mountain View. A lot of aggressive defense for Mountain View has led to some extra possessions today. 16 points, the lead. Left corner behind the three-point line. Emily Bugis to Casey at the top of the key. Triple number 3. Casey Bugis back after 4 weeks off. Perfect from beyond the arc. 42-23 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1:25 left in the third period and a 19-point advantage for Mountain View over Buffalo. Buffalo sitting at 4-2 on the season. Mountain View at 4-3. These games won't matter in the conference standings, but it's a good preview for some teams that may face off later on in the state tournament come March. Haley Stevens with the basketball after another steal by Mountain View. A wholesale substitution upcoming for Mountain View. 4 players set to come in. Elbow shot by Casey Bugis. Misses off to the right. Rebound by Bauer. Final minute of the third period and a 19-point lead for Mountain View. Buffalo with the basketball trying to cut into it. Bauer out to the right corner. And a drive in. Murphy misses it. Throws it, rolls it over to Phillips. Just picked up. McNamee on the wing. Turns around, gives it off to Bauer. Riley Fowler into the game for Buffalo. Screens down and allows Phillips to be opened up on the right wing. Dobbin to Fowler on the left wing. 30 seconds left. Wide open on the post. Phillips unguarded. Taps it in with her left hand. 42-25 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First field goal for Phillips. Pressure on. Haley Stevens holding on to the basketball. Running across the timeline on a high dribble. Stop. 15-footer. Rolls around. Rattles back and forth. In. For 2 more, 44-25. Haley Stevens with her first multi-field goal quarter of the day. 44-25, 1 second left. And a long shot goes for an air ball. Kenley Bauer from the 10-foot volleyball line misses. And a 19-point lead is what Mountain View opens up and takes into quarter number 5. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com with the simulcast on KNY and 99.1 FM.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
44-25 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Quarter number 4 and just 8 minutes to go. It was an 11-point lead at the end of the first, and Buffalo cut into as close as 4 in the second period, but it ended up being an 11-point advantage for Mountain View at the end of 2. Well, third quarter, all Mountain View. Just 2 field goals. No, make it 3 field goals for Buffalo in the third period to 2 for 6 for Mountain View, including 2 triples off the bench by Jada Kennison and Casey Bugis. For Casey, she's got a true shot. Both Kennison and Bugis into the game right now, and she's got 3 in the game, 11 in all. Bugis called for a block foul on the fast break. And headed to the free throw line for Buffalo's Kendall Tejan. Second foul on Bugis. Tejan today, No points at the free throw line. This her first opportunity, makes it. She has 3 in the game. Cuts into the lead a little bit and down to 18. Setting up for the second, Tejan rattles it in. 44-27, Mountain View on top of Buffalo. Jada Kennison, the freshman ball handler. Quick move, spins around, goes crossover, and gives off to the right wing. Casey Bugas with the left hand. She's gotten really used to dribbling with the left hand as of late and looks very comfortable with it. Had the hand cast up on the right side. Oh, Bugas hit hard and down, and she got hit right in the hand, and immediately wanted to see how she reacted. It looks good. Hopefully that tendon's all healed up and good to go. It looks good there. Although considering she played all volleyball season with it, or at least part of the volleyball season with it, I'm not sure we'd know if it wasn't. She said it really didn't hurt during volleyball. It was only when she had tried to make the flick of the wrist with a basketball that she noticed the pain that led to the x-ray that showed there was a ligament issue. Bugas misses the first. 11 points for Casey today. In her first game of the season, second. Drops down. It was a little short to begin with, but got the kind forward roll of the basketball. Lead back to 18 for Mountain View. Bauer pressured by Kennison. Spins around to her left. Kennison poking at it. Stabs to the right. Then the left gets a good screen. From wing to wing, a pass to Schultz. She drives against Georges, then back. Tejan to the left side. Murphy. Oh, Fowlers has it stolen away by Emma Murray. Throws it left side to Georges, but Schultz takes that one and out of bounds. So Emma Murphy running the fast break there. Get that right. I said that wrong. Emma Murray. Said it right the first time, then wrong the second. Left elbow shot by Kennison. No good. Rebound by Lexi Rule of Buffalo. 1 minute gone by, and Buffalo needing to push the tempo. Mountain View knowing that, just trying to pressure them and keep them out of their offensive sets with an 18-point lead. Wild pass to Schultz. Bugas stabbing at the basketball. Out right side, corner, bank shot. Good. In for Kendall Dejan. 45-27, down to 16 points. And rather quickly, 4 Mountain View Buffs of the starters. 4 of them come running back to the scorer's table to check in at the next dead ball. Georges at the key. Rolls around to the wing, gives it to Bugas. She fires from the wing for a triple. Air balls. It got hit down to the ground. Didn't have safe landed. Play through, and the ball goes out of bounds to Buffalo. .16 advantage. Kylie Dellinger pressuring in the full court for Mountain View. Bauer throws to the near sideline. Rule trapped. Up ahead, Schultz hit by Haley Stevens on the side. Foul number 2 for Haley Stevens. Team foul number 4. Both teams sitting at 4 fouls. Did not have any bonus free throws. Not many free throws to speak of in the whole game. Inbound pass nearly taken away by Dellinger. However, Tejan holds on to it. Gives it off right side to Rule. Into the blocks. Turnaround shot. Dobbin off the glass. Weird spin. Rolls away. Henstra and Dobbin fighting for it. Jump ball called. Possession with Buffalo. This is the first of 4 varsity games today. After this, we have Thermopolis Pinedale and then Rawlins Lyman to close out the night. The Rawlins Winter Classic. And then a full slate of games tomorrow morning to the evening. Final games taking place at 6:30 is Mountain View Rawlins. First game is Big Piney Buffalo at 8 a.m. So both these teams will have a late game and an early game. Buffalo still trying to inbound. Jordan McNamee with it on the inbounding duties, and a foul called against Kylie Dellinger on that last failed inbound. Dellinger got her from behind. Looking to get it to Tejan. They run basically the same play, but look away to her. Go to Bauer instead. McNamee has it at the key. 16-point lead for Mountain View. Buffalo running through their offense right now, trying to get a point. Trying to toe the line between getting points up quickly, but not wasting possessions. And just as I say that, McNamee steps on the baseline looking for Dobbin in the lane. And a turnover. Bugis to Dellinger on the inbound. Across the timeline, Dellinger starts to attack, turns around at the elbow, looks for Stevens at the top of the key. Stevens at the free throw line, spins around. Shot, rolls out, no good. Bauer on the board for Buffalo. Working across the timeline right at center court, then right side to Rule. Fakes to her right, goes up top to Tejan. 5:15 left in the fourth period. Dobbin on the right corner, and back to the wing. It's Tejan with it, guarded tightly by Stevens. She moves to her right, Stevens stays with her. And back to McNamee. Bugis giving her a couple of feet of space right now. Comes in close as McNamee attacks. Puts an elbow out. And the ball's picked out from the side pocket by Haley Stevens. She's on the run, lets Tejan go past her. Puts the layup up and in. 47-29 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 10 points today for Haley Stevens. Into double digits, averaging 17 a game. And a timeout taken by Michelle Dahlberg. An 18-point lead. Buffalo looking for as good of a closeout as they can get. 4:40 left in the fourth period. Mountain View trying to hold on to a nearly 20-point advantage. This is the First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY 99.1 FM.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face-to-face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
Fourth quarter, 4:40 left in the game, and Mountain View up by 18. Buffalo basketball. The Bison at 4-2. Dangerously close to dropping to 4-3. Mountain View would improve to 5-3 on the season. This all still non-conference play. Into the blocks, Dobbin. Left-hand shot was fronted by Bailey Henstra, and once the pass went over her head, it was all Dobbin to close out, and she did. 47-31. 4:25 left in the contest. We have Thermopolis Pinedale after this, and then we'll be back on air with Lyman Rawlins. The home team, the Rawlins Outlaws, get the late game. Dellinger to Stevens, rolling a little run around and stab in by Kenley Bauer. Fouls Haley Stevens, team foul number 5. Both teams at 5 fouls, and I believe that's what both teams finished the first half with, was 5 fouls. So that was at the end of the quarter, though. We're probably going to see free throws at some point before long. One team with just one free one left. Out left side, Mitchell and Stevens have a little crossing of wires. Stevens misses the throw intended for Mitchell as she was cutting in. And a turnover back to Buffalo. Bauer inbounds to McNamee. Back to Bauer. Tosses left side, Lexi Rule grabs it. Throws it to the timeline right at the center court, McNamee. Across, now running. Foul drawn against Emily Bugis, the guarder against McNamee. Have that as her third foul. McNamee, the inbounder, right near the Buffalo bench. Guarded by Bugis. Goes to the left corner. Bauer into the blocks. Turn and shot by Dobbin. Misses off the glass and over the back foul by Kendall Tejan. It was Haley Stevens, the intended the would-be rebounder, who got knocked from behind by Tejan. Well, here we are, both teams at 6 fouls, and 26 seconds after I said we'll probably see free throws soon. The next foul will be free throws. Haley Stevens with the basketball out to the right corner. Gives it to Emily Bugis. She goes from wing to wing on the left side and hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell has it knocked out, but McNamee called for the foul. Sadie Mitchell with 1 and 1 upcoming. Single bonus time for Mountain View, and Casey Bugas comes in to the game for Bailey Henstra. So they'll run a little smaller out there. Sadie Mitchell at 5'8" to play in the post. Probably drops Dellinger out to the 4. Then Stevens, Bugas, and Bugas at the guards. Front end missed by Mitchell. Rebound Bauer. On the Buffalo side, and we have another foul. It's Haley Stevens sending Jordan McNamee to the free throw line. She got caught with a hand check. Third foul on Stevens, 1 and 1 again. 16-point game, now 15. $47-32 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Timeout taken after the make by Mountain View. 2-2 trip by McNamee, and we'll take a timeout as well. It's a full. Back in a minute on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com. 47-33 the score.
We hope you're enjoying this mylocalradio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this is possible without all. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance in Evanston. Whether it's home, life, renters, auto, or more, Jeff Piper is your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Black's Fork Dental, top-of-the-line dentistry available right in your backyard. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
$47-33 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board after the foul. McNamee went 2-2 from the free throw line for Buffalo, and stealing the inbound is Bauer, but picked up by Emily Bugas, and across the timeline, Haley Stevens goes. She passes it to herself with, Bugas may have touched it. Probably should have been a carry otherwise. Casey Bugas with the basketball, 47-33 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Quarter number 4, down to 3 minutes to play. 14-point lead. Mountain View had it up to 18 just a little bit ago, but the two made free throws and a couple of Mountain View turnovers have led to cutting in just a bit. Sadie Mitchell back to the free throw line. She missed a single bonus earlier. She's got 2 shots here, though. It's against Kendall Tejan with her third. Sadie Mitchell, 4 points today, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Makes her first. For Mountain View, the closing out here, Paramount, because this is a game that they've done everything to earn the win. To let it slip away late would just be, really no help to anything. As you do, sometimes if you get a game that's close and you lose that one, you can lose something. If you lost a lead here, you'd just say maybe that's a momentum killer for your team this tournament. And they'll have 3 games in all this tournament. It's the first of those 3, the only one today. Missed shot on the Buffalo side. Dellinger up ahead to Casey Bugas. She's open for a layup in. 51-33. It's the first shot, the second shot inside the arc for Bugas today. She's also 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Leading the way, I think, still for Mountain View, scoring-wise. 14 points for Casey. Stevens into the lane, takes the pass from Dellinger and fouled, headed to the free throw line. Haley Stevens with 10 points, 2:12 on the clock, quarter number 4. Jada Kennison and Murray to check in shortly for Mountain View. And Katie Georges in as well. Sadie Mitchell out after Stevens makes her first free throw. Dellinger, Bugis, that being Emily Bugis, and was it Henstra also out? Got Casey Bugis, J.D. Kennison, Katie Georges, Emma Murray, and Haley Stevens on the court. Stevens goes 2 for 2. I think that Sadie Mitchell was the other player coming out of the game for Mountain View. Lead back up to 19 points. So with 2 minutes left, should be safe for the Buffs. But Buffalo on the offensive side, Jordan McNamee drives in to the right block. Scoop shot, misses a little long. Stevens rips the board out of the hands of Dobbin. Underhanded shot to Bugis. Goes down to the ground along with Bauer. And we either have a foul or a jump. It's a jump call, so it's Mountain View basketball. Now take it away. It is a foul on Kenley Bauer. Third foul for Bauer. And that's the 10th foul for Buffalo, so it's 2 shots, double bonus for Casey. Misses her first. Again, 14 points for Casey Bugis in her first season, her first game of the season. Second shot, nothing but net for Casey. Up to 15 points and a 20-point advantage for Mountain View over Buffalo. On their way to a 5-3 start. That's the only game they'll play today. They'll be back in action to take on Worland tomorrow and Rawlins in the late game. The Worland contest set for 9:30 a.m. and then a 6:30 p.m. game against Rawlins. Rejection by Georges. Puts the ball into the hands of Haley Stevens with 90 seconds to play. Gives it to Kennison, then to Casey Bugis. Lyman basketball will be coming your way at about 7:30 to 8 p.m. today. We'll have a pregame show for that as well, brought to you by Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Today's Dr. McKay Franken Precision Play of the game goes to Casey Bugis with her 2 first-quarter threes. She hit 3 in all today, and 15 points in the game with 1:04 left. In the first game back of the year, Kenley Bauer drives in and is drawn a charge. Casey Bugis draws the charge. Or it's a block. White 10, it's a charge indeed. Drawn by Casey Bugis, who we were just talking about for the Dr. McKay Franken Precision Play of the game. 53-33, Mountain View up by 20. Good press breaker time practice for Jada Kennison, the freshman, and the sophomore Casey Bugis. They do so with ease. Under a minute to play, 50 seconds. Bugis, an 8-footer from the side, no good. Rebound Buffalo. McNamee with the basketball. Rolls around to her right. Gets past Georges. Behind the back dribble. Georges ties her up. Jump ball. And back to Mountain View. Did that possession arrow change? Says Mountain View. $53-33 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Kennison throws it to Stevens. 35 seconds left as she jump stops across the timeline. We'll have a little post game for you and then get you ready for Lyman later on. The game's at 8 will go on about 7:40 p.m. And I'm going to guess it's going to be more of an 8 o'clock start as we're at 5:56 right now. Games have gone back at least a half hour. Katie Georges to Kennison. 10 seconds left. 53-33. Mountain View improves to 5-3 on the season. Buffalo falls to 4-3, still in the top 5 rankings, but certainly looking for some answers in their offense. A bit anemic today. The coaches and media poll brought to you by wildpreps.com. Coming into today's game had Mountain View at 4, Buffalo at 3. Well, the final score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board, Mountain View 53, Buffalo 33. So the tail of tape tells you all you need to know there. Thank you so much to our cameraman, Dawson Jorgensen, for running the camera today. We appreciate that, and we'll see you on down the road. 53-33, again the final. Mountain View victorious. Back in a bit with post-game coverage on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Back post-game, Mountain View defeats Buffalo 53-33, the final on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Leading the way scoring for Mountain View, 15 points by Casey Bugis in her first game of the year after getting that wrist unwrapped and taken out of the cast. As a team, Mountain View shot 40% from beyond the arc today, and that was led by Bugis with 3 triples in the game. Jada Kennison also knocked one in as well. Behind her, Ailey Stevens had 12 points, 7 from Bailey Henstra. Those all coming in the first period. Sadie Mitchell and Kylie Dellinger, as well as Kennison, with 6 points and 2 from Emily Bugis. Buffalo scores 7 points from Kenley Bauer, all those in the first half, and 9 from Kendra Schultz. Those spread out over all 4 quarters. 6 points each from Jordan McNamee and Kendall Tejan, 3 by Lexi Rule, and 2 from Easton Phillips. Those are your totals from the for the game. 50%, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc for Buffalo, but just 8 of 27 from inside 3. So let's add those up really quickly to get a final field goal percentage. 33% on the day for Buffalo. For Mountain View, I just about had that one added up right before we came back from break. They shot 43% from the field, 43% from inside 2, and 43% in the game as well, 40% from beyond the arc 69% from the free throw line, out-rebounded Buffalo 20-19. And here's the big one. Turnovers today, 25 for Buffalo, 10 for Mountain View. 2 blocks by Buffalo, 1 for Mountain View. Those are your final stats, and we mentioned this during the game, but one more time, your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Mountain View's Casey Bugas makes a return back after 4 weeks out to begin the season. Found a partially torn ligament in her wrist, casted it up, let it sit. Now she's back and shot excellently with that right wrist. 3 triples in the game. Your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. We will be back about 8 o'clock with tip-off for Lyman and Rawlins tonight from the Rawlins Winter Classic. 3A East versus West battle going on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View, and then later Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert. Thanks for listening to this contest. Tune in for more Bridger Valley action later on tonight.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this mylocalradio.com exclusive of Mountain View Buffaloes Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Mountain View broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Buffs!